I love this company. I love what they're doing, and I'm all in. I am all in this thing.
I love it. And I know, well, then I'm going to do this because that well said, and I get it. I understand it. I appreciate the fact that, and know that with the way our society is set up, they're never going to, because it's not intended to teach you any financial literacy. So since it's never going to be taught,
that's right.
And the only way someone is going to experience it or learn it and then experience the results of it, even before they even learn it. And so while they learn it, they become better and better at it. And generationally, it gets better, is MWR Financial. So we're here for the long term. And I love, our great CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House's vision of that. So let me ask you this. So Kevin, you heard all that. In fact, I'm not going to go to Pat yet. I'm going to go to Brian. Brian, with you, obviously you heard what Kevin just said, but also, Brian, you have had the kind of success you have, as Brian put it out there. You're pretty much in the mid 5 figures per month in income. You're halfway to, basically a 6-figure income monthly. Mm-hmm. Why would you, having the success you've had this year, you could just easily take your foot off the gas and kind of go, and you didn't have to sponsor anybody, and December would have been just fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Would have been just fine. So why would you work diligently enough to be able to sponsor people in the month of December, get them excited and start moving them forward? Why is that so important to you? And what about working in December have you learned from the past 8 times you've been at the top of a compensation plan that makes sense? To let people know, because I think people, they get it wrong. They think, oh, nobody wants to be bothered right now. We shouldn't really talk to people. Well, let's just wait. And they do that 4-letter word that I feel like someone's cussing me out when they give me that wait. So why is that? What happened with you that you said, you know what? I'm not waiting. We're going to go forward.
Yeah, it's real simple. It's leadership. It's leadership. You guys talked about my father earlier. February 1st will be the anniversary of his passing. It's leadership. I had to do that training. I had to, because now you can't look me in the eye and tell me that because your basement flooded, you can't do the business, or because you got the sniffles, you can't do the business, or your 1-year-old got a splinter today, so you can't do the business. No, my father passed away and I was on stage because I knew that people were watching. It was that important. Same thing with December. We can't tell the team to do something that we're not doing. So as a national director, of course, I'm still people. I sponsor someone today. I'm hoping they'll do a bonus drawing tomorrow. No, I'm just joking.
He did sponsor somebody just a minute ago.
But these guys, man, you never know. They may do something in January and retro December and look at your numbers. They're always creative. Brian's always thinking of ways to help people. Brian's always looking for ways to inspire the team and not motivate. Notice I said inspire. Inspiration comes from within. That's why it starts with IN. So people look for outside forces and motivation to push them. Brian and Andamo look for inspiration within you. So that's what I had to do. I said, you know what? It's December. I know people who earn $1 million a month in this business. Mm-hmm. And you guys have to remember, man, I'm a fighter. And what I mean by that is, and Kevin said it best, literally, I'm good with my hands. Right, I'm not the biggest, baddest person in the world, but Brian, I'm really good with my hands. But the first person I had to fight was myself. I had to fight my old bad habits. I had to fight procrastination. I had to fight my own ego. I had to fight and learn to be more humble. This is 20 years of doing this. It's a constant battle. Stay humble. Don't ever get an ego. The worst kind of money you can make is a little bit. Have patience with people. Brian, you talk fast. Everybody doesn't learn like you. Have different systems in place for different personalities. People don't grasp things as fast as you do. Remember, you've been doing it 20 years. Be grateful, be hungry, but be thankful, be satisfied, but stay, focused, all these different things. So when the test comes, and that is the month of December, when big business is saying, give your money to me, when families saying, put that business down, when corporations are saying, don't invest in our stock, invest in our product, and we'll invest in our own stock, I decide always to go against the grain. Doesn't make me a Scrooge. Doesn't mean I don't celebrate holidays. What it means is I'm aware that we're pawns in a game and that big business is cool. But if I'm going to buy my son some Nikes, he's going to have some stock in Nike. If I'm going to get my son a PlayStation, he's going to have stock in PlayStation, Sony. So when you start changing your mentality and realize that it's all a big game of capitalism and your vision is big, and you look at somebody like Brian House, who, and I don't know Brian House's personal business, I just know he's rich. That's no. And when you have a founder saying, look, I don't have all the cars in the world. You won't catch me taking pictures of my yacht and my house and all that. But I'll never forget this, Brian. But I'll put my portfolio up against 1%, the top 1% of the people in this country. That's the kind of founder I want to be around and get advice from. Rich is loud, like you said, what Damo, poor is loud.
Right.
Is poor is loud, rich is soft, but wealthy is silent. Right. You know what I'm saying? And Brian is silent. And December and decisions that you make in times like that are what separates his portfolio from most people. So when I know that people make $1 million a month in this business, you know what I say, Andamo? That's only $12 million a year.
Right.
They're that make that. See, you got to keep things in perspective. So people look at me, $3,000 a month car bonus, maxed out. Halfway to the $100,000 a month presidential. I'm on level 5. All right, that's halfway. Still got a ways to go. One level from $1,000 a day and all that. That puts me in the top 3% income earners in this country. But there are people that make that a minute.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Okay. It's all perspective, man. There you go.
No,
Hey,
absolutely.
I gotta say one thing. Hey, thanks for throwing my business out there. I really appreciate that.
Everybody knows you're wealthy.